Okay, so these are the conditions of assignment of freeboard of your load lines, and there are a lot of conditions. Main aim is to keep the water out of the ship and keep the ship safe. So first thing is the strength of your hull and structure. Your all the fittings and appliances should be good. There should not be much corrosion, no weldings, no cracks. And CO is the short form of condition of assignment, which is done as per your load line certificates. And proper initial annual surveys, renewal surveys should be carried out as per the requirement. Renewal survey 5 years, initial survey in starting, annual survey within 3 months of anniversary dates. And then what are the conditions? So first, the ship should be provided with all the stability information because we don't want the ship to have stresses. So loading manuals or stability particulars, stability book should be there, which should give all these details, your ship particulars, gross tonnage, net tonnage, dimensions, displacement, and different pumping, piping plans, capacity plans, general arrangement plans, shell expansion plans, tanks and compartment data, their kgs of especially on ro-ro ships, vehicle decks and all. Then distribution is on passenger ships, crew effects, estimated distribution of cargoes, load line marks, draft marks, hydrostatic data, cross curves of stability, KN curves, kgs, vertical center of gravities, longitudinal center of gravities, free surface effects, corrections, light, ballast, arrival conditions, departure conditions, fuel conditions, full ballast, a half fuel condition, summer conditions, tropical conditions, arrival departure conditions, example of calculations, light shift, dead weight statements, then inclining test reports that if ship is rolled from port to starboard, how much will your kg and all change. Then all your bulkheads and superstructures, especially of your superstructures, should be watertight, and any openings at your enclosed superstructures shall be with weathertight doors, which has the equal. If bulkhead is weathertight, A type, A class, then your door should also be A class type. And minimum coaming height we're already seen is 380 above the deck level with proper gaskets and clampings and dog legs and all. Then there are two positions in which the ship is divided. One is position 1 and position 2. So position 1 is your on the super is freeboard deck, this the main weather deck that exports freeboard deck, quarter decks and all, and the ships from 25% of the ship's length. And then position 2 is above your superstructure, that is your monkey island and all. So on this main deck structures and all, what are the requirements and position 2, let's see. So the coaming requirement we saw for hatch covers, booby hatches, all these should have at least 600 of coaming, and to withstand the weather they should have at least that much strength that they can hold 1.75 tons of anything, water or any cargo per meter cube. That much steel strength should be there. Same for position 2 higher, they will have less. So coaming height 450 and 1.3 meter. Then they should be of course closed with weather tight, like UV hatch covers and all. And all your hatch covers should have minimum standards which are given in your load line for covers, underneath beams for strengthening, carrier sockets, cleats or dog legs, battens, wedges, or they should be covered with tarpaulin as per the requirements. Then if they are watertight, then they should have a minimum coaming height, and in worst weather and sea conditions they should be able to handle these things. And the strength of the material is also important as per mentioned in the load line certificate. It should not bend or buckle under these heavy weather conditions. So the minimum height for the coamings we have seen 600 for position 1 and 380 for position 2 for doors also. Then if you have manhole covers, they should be watertight as we saw, or they should have permanent attachments for both position 1 and 2. Then if there is any opening on freeboard deck or the main deck from machinery space, so we cannot have any opening which is coming to the uh, what you call weather deck outside from the machinery space. And if you have any openings like your skylight in the poop deck, they should have at least 600 of your combing. And if it is on height above position 2, that is your at least 380 again, same requirement. Then you have ventilators. So ventilators, if they are below the freeboard deck or below the main deck or superstructure deck, then they should have at least 900 above 900 above your combing size should be 9 So that's why you see these ventilators are at high position. And if they are on bridge wings or somewhere at position 2, then 760 combing size should be there. And there is some dispensation requirement in some cases. Then air pipes, what we were saying about ballast tanks, fuel tanks and all. So they should have first, they should be weather tight material with non-return walls. And if it is on freeboard deck, combing height 760 If on superstructures accommodation, then at least 450 Then your cargo ports and similar openings below the freeboard deck. So if there is an opening of cargo below the freeboard deck, the first condition is they should be minimum. So there is a minimum number of openings which are given in your load lines. So it should be within that number. Then doors must have proper integrity. They should be watertight if they are below the freeboard deck, and they should not go of this line which is parallel to your freeboard deck. Then your overboard discharges. So overboard discharges should be like efficient. They should have at least one non-return, automatic non-return wall, and there should be a closing means, positive closing means. Now, if the overboard discharge is more than 1% of the length from your bottom, then it should have two non-return walls. And if it is more than 2% length, then only one non-return wall is required in your overboard discharges. Then your machinery spaces, especially the sea chests and all for discharge or bilge injector system. First, they should be easily accessible because if there is some leak or something, so we should be able to overhaul and repair because otherwise the ship can get flooded. So overboard discharges should be accessible for servicing and there should be indicator for open and close. Now this is for manned condition, manned machinery space. If in UMS, then you should have the delay in operating controls. What are the delays? And alarms should be there if there is any leaks or some problem. So these are all the conditions of your assignment of freeboard. Then for the scrubbers and discharge pipes, which are originating in any level and penetrating the hull more than 450 below the freeboard deck or less than 600 of the above the summer water line, they should have a non-return wall. So your scuppers, if they are going out to the sea, they should have this much height and they should have a non-return wall. They should be made of steel, bronze, or other material pipes or equivalent materials. Then your guardrails, this is a minimum size which is calculated as per the formula, and drains and position is there. Then again spring ports or scuppers, if they are more, then they should be provided with a protection. Then crew protection. So we know we need to have either lifelines or guardrails which have minimum height of at least 1 meter and with different supports chains on the side. Then there are different types of ships, type A and type B, uh, reduced freeboard and higher freeboard. So type A smaller ships with reduced freeboard, if they will have direct access from poop deck to your bridge, so it should be via gangway with 1 meter wide and under deck passage. These are the requirements. Should be oil tight and gas tight if it is under deck. and what are the requirements for your exit for working places, at least 90-meter apart. Then other gangway and walkways should be at least 1 meter, and the shelters should be more than 45 meters apart of the walkways if the walkway is more than 70 meters. Then type B ships, there are two lengths, either B60 or B100. So there we have the different requirements for gangway from poop deck to bridge or under deck access. The walkways should be sheltered. Then there are some special conditions for type A vessels. So there should be no openings to the freeboard deck on the position 1 and 2. And if there is any opening to the freeboard deck, it should be weather tight door only. That is for your mast houses or deck houses. Then your hatch covers, again same, most of the requirements are same, but this is for your expansion trunk or your booby hatches, which you call. So same requirement as your hatch cover. And drainage of water from the deck must have guardrails or wires for at least half of their length. And the upper edge of the shear strake shall be as low as practicable. Breakwaters must be provided, something like your fish plate or something. So that's all about your assignment of freeboards.